Hi everyone. If you're new here, I'm Liliosaurs and you're watching me, Liliosaurs. I've been stalling. As I'm filming this, I still have a video that I haven't even uploaded. And I don't know why, I've been nervous to put myself out there and to get recognition, I guess. And I honestly think that a lot of it comes from wondering what my family will think, and my immediate family is who I'm talking about when it comes to that. Because the more outward you go, I really don't care what outside people of my family are going to think. That there's definitely some people who I do see on a regular basis. I see them at least a good few times a year. Their opinion does kind of matter to me, but at the same time I'm trying to learn that it shouldn't matter what other people think, and it shouldn't matter everybody's judgment of you. But honestly, I know who in my family comes down to the most. And I think it's definitely hard still, while still living here and kind of feeling like they can, they still have a hold or a power over me in a way, because it's if they don't agree with something that I do, then it's they could just kick me out or something like that, which is so, I hate that that's in the back of my mind, because I get so, obviously, yeah, I compare myself to people who have families that support them literally no matter what, and will ride with them no matter what they're doing, and fully support it and stand by it. And I am jealous of that, obviously. Yeah, I'm completely jealous of that, because I would love to be given that same grace, but I just know for a fact that I'm going to get judged. And I don't know, I'm not doing anything, I'm not hurting anybody with the way that I choose to present myself. I guess, for example, I recently came up with the idea of changing my Instagram, or changing all my handles really, to Boring Hot Girl. And even that in itself, I could see causing a little bit of drama, because I don't know, I just know that there's people who I'm close to, not by emotionally, but in proximity, would just be why do you feel the need to call yourself a hot girl, and blah blah blah, and all this why would you? Because even in general, I made a post, I think it was last year or something like that, and I was oh, this is the year that I'm deciding I get paid to be hot, or something like that. I just want to get paid to look pretty. And I half made a joke on it, because I was trying to be aware of the fact that they follow me on Instagram and stuff. And I was oh, haha. Sorry. I don't know, genuinely, just thought it was whatever. And then instead, later on, they text me and they're well, if you're sorry about it, maybe you shouldn't even be doing it then. It's what are you even talking about right now? What are you talking about? You're making it seem I posted myself booty butt naked on my Instagram. Even if I did, that's my choice. I am 27, dang near coming up on 28 years old. It shouldn't matter what I post or do or whatever on the internet. And I think that's I feel in general that's something that people tend to forget. I try to be obviously very authentic and true to myself, and the same personality wise, and have the same kind of persona when it comes to being on the internet and posting myself online and talking with you guys, especially here on YouTube. I think this is my most vulnerable platform, where I'm very true to myself and very I'm just going to say whatever. And I'm honestly trying to learn that too with my videos. Honestly, yes, I'm going to have to cut out some stuff regardless, because sometimes I'll just be sitting here and I'm just zoning the freak out. But I want to just start making more videos just without editing them back, really. If I stumble on a word, who cares? If you're sitting here, watch me eat these cherries for 5 dang minutes. See? Just like that. For 5 dang minutes. This is my video, this is my world, this is my life, this is whatever. I'm going to post it. Because I think when I put too much pressure on myself about it, and honestly, I really think that's what's been happening, is I started to get more deep into all this than I really actually should have been at the time. And I lost the plot for a second there. I stopped having fun. And that is the problem. It's I stopped having fun. But also I'm in a very weird spot right now, where it feels I can't do anything for myself really, or can't find time to, it feels the only two options that I have in order to do something for myself, where I need to be either on my phone or on my iPad or on my laptop, working hard and editing and trying to do all the technical stuff about it is either extremely late at night after my son has gone to bed, or way early in the morning where I would have to get up even earlier and just try to work right then and there. Because at least to me, obviously, yeah, I'm sure if anybody of my immediate family members ever found this and watched it back and like tried to talk to me about it, whatever, it feels like I'm just sitting there on my phone or on my iPad or trying to do something. Like, they just don't see that as me actually trying to work towards my goals. And it also is tough because my son, he's getting older and he watches TV here and there. He plays like games here and there. I do let him use my iPad every so often, but I'm really trying hard to just not do that anymore right now, because everybody's right. Like, I've definitely seen a very, very drastic difference of his behavior, and I am not a fan of it. Sorry to get a little bit off track, but to get back to the point of what I was saying, how I changed my name to Boring Hot Girl for the time, because immediately afterward, of course, I thought of the great idea, and I was like, oh, what if I did Boring Hot Mom? And I asked my friend about it, and she's like, that would slay, that would eat, you should change it. On Instagram, I think I changed it to Boring Hot Mom. Everywhere else, I haven't been able to yet, though, because did you know that TikTok makes you wait 30 days before you're able to change anything again? Like 30 whole days, a whole month. Even if you just so happen to like misplace a letter or like spell it wrong on accident, you're screwed. You have to wait 30 days. Either way, I'm obviously going to be changing it to Boring Hot Mom because I like it. I think it's funny. It makes me happy. It doesn't really like affect anybody else's life, so why should it matter? But of course, it really is my own fault, because if I'm keeping quiet about it, then I'm just sitting there and I'm kind of letting them win, and I'm being complacent about it, I guess, if that's the word that I'm looking for. But I don't feel like dealing with somebody judging me over the fact that I called myself a hot mom. Am I not a hot mom? And I definitely do think that does have to come about with the fact that sex is not something that is talked about within my household. Like, overall, growing up, I did not learn about sex from my parents at all. I didn't even learn about my period from my mom. I learned it from a friend's mom, because I was genuinely so scared to tell my mom about periods and stuff like that. So there's that. Like, genuinely, like, being sexual or like having any sensuality to yourself is something that is just so taboo in my family, which sucks, because I think there's like the part of me that does still have a little bit of like a prudish energy and tendency to me, because sometimes I do, not that I like feel embarrassed to talk about sex, but like sometimes I get nervous about like how deep are people willing to actually go, because in my mind there's a lot of crazy things that go on up in there, and if you want to talk about sex, we can get into it. Even just the fact that I call myself, and do plan to call myself, Baby MILF when it comes to my music persona and stuff. If they knew that I was calling myself a MILF for fun, oh my god. And I just don't see why there needs to be judgment on it. You know, especially with like, I was gonna bring like religion and God up in it, but like, because the way that I wanted to say that is that, to me, if God has created everything, God knows about sex. And somebody had to think of the word MILF, so God told somebody, hey, make this an acronym. You know, like if you think about it deep down and you choose to believe that he's created everything, the ideas had to come from somewhere. So why not call yourself a MILF? And watch like none of these videos like go anywhere. I'm just kidding. But like, I mean, that's what it is. That like I'm just getting so nervous that like, what if there is a point where people in my family do see this and they judge me for it, and like I think talking about sex is fun. I think that being sensual and confident within yourself and dressing how you want, and if that's dressing with your booty cheeks out, titties out, do it, because who is it bothering? If it's bothering somebody else, they need to like figure out their ways around it. And especially, I think like there's a lot of stigma when it comes to being a mom, and I definitely want to refuse to fall into that trap, especially with having a boy, because like, for instance, I wore a thong bikini. Actually, you want to know the truth? I didn't even wear a thong bikini. I wore my own dang thong. I wore my own dang undies to the beach the other day, and I didn't regret it one bit. I went with his dad, and our son was there, and you know what happened? Nothing. There were other people at the beach. I do have one pieces, and I do have like more covered up things. I suppose, yes, there is a time and place for stuff, but at the end of the day, if I'm covering up my body already, just because I have a child, and especially just because I have a son, I'm already teaching him, whether it's like said or not, but in a societal way, I'm already teaching him that his body is more important than mine. You got that? If I choose to conform just because I'm a mom and fall into the habit of like, now I have to cover up more, and now I have to do this, and now I have to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And obviously there is nothing wrong with it. Like genuinely, like I don't look at somebody, there's religions who cover up head to toe, and the women are fine with that. I would not, like, I don't judge her for being covered head to toe. That's what makes her feel comfortable. That's what makes her feel comfortable. Like genuinely, like I don't care what other people do. So why do I care so much about what other people think? Like I don't know. It's such a, I don't know. Maybe because I know that there's repercussions of people's judgment, I guess. Obviously, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with growing up and changing your style and your habits a little bit. If you were somebody who would walk around town barely covered up, and then all of a sudden you have a kid and now you're trying to be more modest, that's fine. That's completely fine. I just hate when it's like the pressure of other people, the pressure of society, the pressure of outside opinions. If you're happy with how you are and how you're dressing and how you look and how everything, all I ever want is for people to feel and think. But I do get scared of my family's personal opinions because I just feel like, genuinely, like if I lived by myself, I know that my feelings would be different because I would just have not much more to lose. Like I haven't even posted on Instagram or like posted on a public story in such a long time since changing my username to Boring Hot Mom, because I'm like nervous for them to see it, to be like, and even if that's how you feel, like, I don't know, like there's just some things where I just feel like you don't need to tell somebody, and I don't need to know about. Like if they genuinely don't like my username, I don't care. I don't need to know that. If you don't like me, I don't need to know. I don't care. If there's somebody that, you know, maybe you really don't like the way that they go about their day-to-day or they present themselves, like blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. There's just like stuff that people, I feel like, need to keep to themselves more often. And we all don't. Whatever. This was fun. Thanks for listening to me. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure to check back on the next one. But seriously, thank you for watching this video. I really do deeply appreciate it because I know that my ramblings can get a little crazy sometimes and they make no sense. But I hope that you enjoyed it and that you had fun. Other than that, I will see you all. Let me put this cherry down, but I will see you all in my next video. I love you all. Wait, that's not how it goes. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.